me, baby. Ruth Alston Brown. And then right here it says N.E. Weston. So it might be Ruth Weston Brown. Ruth Brown. Born January 12th, 1928. Think about that date. And she passed November 17th, 2006. She was an American singer, songwriter, and actress, sometimes known as the Queen of R&B. What's cool is R&B stands for rhythm and blues, but R&B stands for Ruth Brown. She was noted for bringing a pop music style to R&B music and a series of hit songs for Atlantic Records in the 1950s, such as So Long, Teardrops from My Eyes, and Mama, He Treats Your Daughter Mean. Oh. For these contributions, Atlantic became known as the house that Ruth built, alluding to the popular nickname for the old Yankee Stadium. Brown was a 1993 inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Following a resurgence that began in the mid-1970s and peaked in the 1980s, Brown used her influence to press for musicians' rights regarding royalties and contracts. These efforts led to the founding of the Rhythm and Blues Foundation. Her performances in the Broadway musical Black and Blue earned Brown a Tony Award, and the original cast recording won a Grammy Award. Brown was a recipient of the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2016. I wish you would have saw it. It was 10 years after her passing. In 2017, Brown was inducted into National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. She is also the aunt to legendary hip-hop MC Rakim. What? Early life. Born in Portsmouth, Virginia, Brown was the eldest of 7 siblings. Man, back in the day, people used to have kids. She attended IC Norcom High School. Brown's father was a dockhand. He also directed the local church choir at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church. But the young Ruth showed more interest in singing at USO shows and nightclubs, rebelling against her father. She was inspired by Sarah Vaughan. It looks like Vaughan, but it's Vaughan. Billie Holiday and Dina Washington. In 1945, age 17, Brown ran away from her home in Portsmouth, along with the trumpeter Jimmy Brown, whom she soon married, to sing in bars and clubs. She then spent, I guess maybe her last name was Weston before, she was Ruth Alston Weston, but then she got married, so she became Ruth Alston Brown, I assume. To sing in bars. She then spent a month with Lucky Mellender's orchestra. So early career. Blanche Calloway, Cab Calloway's sister, also a band leader, arranged a gig for Brown at the Crystal Caverns, a nightclub in Washington, D.C., and soon became her manager. Willis Conover, the future Voice of America disc jockey, caught her act with Duke Ellington and recommended her to Atlantic Records bosses Ahmet Ertegun and Herb Abramson. Brown was unable to audition as planned because of a car crash, which resulted in a 9-month stay in the hospital. Damn. She signed with Atlantic Records from her hospital bed. In 1948, Ertegun and Abramson drove from New York City to Washington, D.C. to hear Brown sing. Her repertoire, I think that's how you say, was mostly popular ballads, but Ertegun convinced her to switch to rhythm and blues. In her first auditions, she sang So Long, which became a hit. This was followed by Teardrops from My Eyes. So the audition, it said it was in 1949. Teardrops from My Eyes was in 1950, written by Rudy Toombs. It was the first upbeat major hit for Brown. Recorded for Atlantic Records in New York City in September 1950 and released in October, it was Billboard's R&B #1 for 11 weeks. The hit earned her the nickname Miss Rhythm. and within a few months, she became acknowledged as the queen of R&B. She followed up this hit with I'll Wait For You in 51, I Know, also 51, 5, 10, 15 Hours in 1953, Mama He Treats Your Daughter Mean in 53, Oh What a Dream in 54, Mambo Baby in 54, and Don't Deceive Me in 60, some of which were credited to Ruth Brown and the Rhythm Makers. Between 1949 and 1955, her record stayed on the R&B charts for a total of 149 weeks. She would go on to score 21 top 10 hits altogether, including 5 that landed at number uno. Brown ranked number uno on the Billboard 1954 disc jockey poll for favorite R&B artists. Brown played many racially segregated dances in the southern states, where she toured extensively and was immensely popular. She claimed that a writer had once summed her popularity by saying, in the South, Ruth Brown is better known than Coca-Cola. Damn. Brown performed at the famed 10th Cavalcade of Jazz concert held at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, which was produced by Leon Heflin Sr. on June 20th, 1954. She performed along with the Flairs, Count Basie and his orchestra, Lamplighters, Louis Jordan and his Timpani Five, Christine Cottrell, and Perez Prado and his orchestra. Those are all cool names. Her first pop hit came with Lucky Lips, a song written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller and recorded in 1957. The single reached number 6 on the R&B charts and number 25 on the U.S. pop charts. The 1958 follow-up was This Little Girl's Gone Rockin', written by Bobby Darin and Man Curtis. It reached number 7 on the R&B chart and number 24 on the pop chart. She had further hits with I Don't Know in 1959 and Don't Deceive Me in 1960, which were more successful on the R&B charts than on the pop charts. In 65, she appeared as a guest on TV Gospel Time. During the 1960s, Brown faded from public view and lived as a housewife and mother. Later career. She returned to music in 1975 at the urging of the comedian Red Fox, followed by a series of comedic acting jobs. This launched her career in TV, film, and stage. She had a recurring role during the second season of the sitcom Hello Larry as the neighbor Leona Wilson. She starred as Motormouth Maybelle Stubbs, a friendly and strong-willed record promoter and mother of Seaweed and Lil Inez in the John Walters cult classic film Hairspray. On Broadway, she starred in productions of Amen Corner and Black and Blue, the latter which earned her a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical in 1989. Let's see. I pointed at myself because I was born in 89. The New York Times theater critic Frank Rich wrote Ruth Brown, the rhythm and blues chantals apply sarcastic varnish and a two-a-day burlesque timing to the ribald Andy Rizzoff lyrics of If I Can't Sell It, I'll keep sitting on it. Brown's fight for musicians' rights and royalties in 1987 led to the founding of the Rhythm and Blues Foundation in 1988. She was one of the first recipients of the Pioneer Award in 1989. Also in 1989, she released an album, Blues and Broadway, which won a Grammy for Best Jazz Vocal Performance Female. She was inducted into the Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame in 92 and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 93. Brown recorded and sang with the rhythm and blues singer Charles Brown. She also toured with Bonnie Raitt in the 1990s. Her 95 autobiography, Miss Rhythm, won the Gleason Award for Music Journalism. She also appeared on Bonnie Raitt's 1995 live DVD, Road Tested, singing Never Make Your Move Too Soon. She was nominated for another Grammy in the traditional blues category for her 1997 album R+B = Ruth Brown. In the 2000 television miniseries Little Richard, she was portrayed by singer Tressa Thomas. Brown was still touring at the age of 78. She had completed a pre-production work on the Danny Glover film Honey Dripper, which she did not live to finish. Still, her recording of Things About Coming My Way was released posthumously on the soundtrack CD. Her last interview was in August 2006. Brown died in a Las Vegas area hospital on November 17, 2006 from complications following a heart attack and stroke she suffered after surgery in the previous month. She was 78 years old. A memorial concert was held for her on January 22, 2007 at the Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem, New York. Brown is buried at Roosevelt Memorial Park, Chesapeake City, Virginia. Ruth Brown, the queen of R&B.